These items serve a spiritual purpose. I was taught by my family that we put these things in our items to symbolize reflection. The mirrors and the rhinestones reflect the light, and that's to remind us that whenever we're given something, we're supposed to give something back.
I come from the firm belief that you have to understand where you come from in order to know where you're going.
I've been given this gift to create inanimate objects like pipes out of stone and wood. And these kind of things that I carve are necessarily for ceremonial purposes. This is a gift that has been passed from my family to be able to do these kind of things when necessary.
For me, I would never sell something that I hold sacred. But for others, it's it's a way to bring revenue to their families.
In a way, we're kind of losing our craft because people don't want to do it anymore. It's too much work for them.
In today's world, it's becoming less and less popular because other people are following a different circle, a clock. You know, they have to be at work at a certain time and have to eat at a certain time and have to pick up the kids at a certain time. There's only a handful of people that just follow the other circle of the seasons.
And a lot of times we incorporate those things. They have significant meaning to us culturally, spiritually, or even physically in the things that we carry.
I've learned through traditional ceremonies that when you're doing this work, it has a calming effect on you, and that when you're making things for yourself or others, that it's always good to be in a good frame of mind and to put that goodness into what you're doing. That every one of these beads has a spirit. And so when you're thinking good thoughts and you're feeling good feelings, that those things go into this, and then when the person that carries this beadwork or wears this beadwork will also share in those good thoughts and good feelings.
The design on these moccasins is very important to me because it symbolizes lots of different things for me. First, the blue color that you see on the moccasins is supposed to represent the water. And living along Lake Michigan, the water has always played an important part in my life and in my spirituality. So I like to use the blue turquoise in a lot of my work. The bear is on my beadwork because it's one of my spiritual helpers. We believe that you have helpers that are quite often represented by either animals or elements of nature.
I don't kill a porcupine for the quills, and I don't kill a turtle for the shell. It takes me about 3 days to make. Maybe I'll work on it 4 or 5 hours a day. It's something that I really take pride in my work, and I want it to look the best that it can look because it reflects me.
Based on old Chippewa patterns, the style that they use, where you don't try to exactly copy what you would see in nature, but you do an interpretation of the flowers and the leaves and different things that you see in nature and how you see them. And the colors were chosen just, I really like blue.
These ones here tell a story when that person passes that necessary need for what they need these for. And it comes out in that way, whatever it's meant to be.
When we make the drum, we try to think good thoughts and remember that the life of that animal is a part of that. The life of that tree is a part of that. And that we come together in creation to do these things that we've been taught, to remember who we are and where we came from.
Music is such an important part of our culture and our community. When we talk about those artists and those traditions that we carry and the things that we make, this drum making is actually an art too. But this drum, this dwagon, as we call it in our language, has so many different meanings. It's not just something we use for entertainment. It's something we use culturally, something we use spiritually, to bind us all together. Now, when you hear this drum beat represents the heartbeat of our Mother Earth, and it's that calling that brings us all together as people.
We can sit probably 6 to 8 around this drum, which we would simultaneously sing and play the drum with our drumsticks and sing the songs in unison. Again, in that ceremonial way, our voices blend to become one.
This is made out of buffalo hide, and we take the hide, and it's outside, and we scrape it all off. I didn't get all of it made, all of it off, so I call her Harrietta. She still has hair on her.
The Creator put us here with 2 different things to make that music with. He gave us the drums and He gave us the shakers. So these shakers also play an important part of who we are, like I said, for ceremonies, for gatherings, for anything. We have songs for everything. We have songs for the harvest. We have songs when we're working.
I learned many things from doing black ash baskets. I learned all of the what we call the 7 grandfathers. I've learned about honesty and bravery and humility and certainly stamina, endurance, trust, love. All of those things I've learned from the black ash baskets, from that tree. It's taught me that through the process of harvesting and processing the tree into the weavable material, and then finally the final material. So I believe that my baskets are still alive because we gather it what we call in a good way. We gather it with respect and with sema in our hands, tobacco in our hands, and we talk to the tree and tell the tree what's going to happen to it. And so I believe the spirit of that tree lives on through in a new form.
They told me if I could make a basket a week, I'd never starve. And when we were making baskets, we weren't making that much money. But we always got money when we needed it because we always had a basket to sell.
Cattail mat making, or apakweshkwe asmatik, is not a singular activity. It's not for one person to do. It's always done in a group, where a group of women will get together and sing songs. And there's a mat-making song that goes along with that scraping of the bone needle and creating that needle and then making those mats. And as the children sort through the dried cattails and hand them to their mothers and grandmothers and aunties as they put together the selvage edge and start the sewing.